Hello, I'm Gerd Leonhard, media futurist from Switzerland. I'm here in beautiful Sydney, albeit of course it's winter and it's not sunny, but in any case, I'm here with Ross Dawson, also futurist, and we're having conversations today about some important topics that we deal with on the daily level. And so what we want to talk about now is the music industry and the future of music, which some of you may know I've been writing books about for quite some time. But let me ask Ross, Ross, what's your take on where's the music business going? Does it have a future? Are you listening to music? And if so, where are you stealing it? No, just kidding. Go ahead and
Well, there's obviously less money in music than there was, and there probably will be less money again in the future. But it's driven by human desires. Humans like music, and humans also want to make music. Mm-hmm. So there will be markets for music in various ways. I guess what I've been really interested in is a couple of things. One is this collaborative filtering in music. This mm-hmm. idea of how do we collaborate to find the music that we love, and one of the early forays in that space is Last FM, which is still a solid offering, and I suppose is one of the better ones. I prefer Last FM to Pandora in terms of, because it is truly about looking at the matchmaking, mm-hmm. as in what are music profiles and how do they match up with music. Now I've been very excited about Turntable.fm, which is bring us into the social music realm, mm-hmm. and this is something which we haven't truly had before, and this is the ability to basically to collectively create playlists. Playlists have all been done by individuals now. Mm-hmm. Now playlists have been done by groups, and I think these are two of the spaces in which certainly shaping the way in which we're going to be listening to music.
Yeah, I think in many ways, I think we're going back to what used to be maybe 70 years ago or so, before the invention of vinyl and the CD, of course, is that music is about an experience, and it's about what happens between people, and it's about sharing, because what the record industry had done for a long time on the CD is to productize music, right?
Yeah.
So that you would buy a CD and that's all they wanted, and then you would buy another one and that would be it, and now you're buying on iTunes, right? But music isn't about products, right? Music is about experience, it's about sharing,
yeah.
It's about discovering new stuff, it's about the whole ecosystem, and artists are not that concerned, I think, necessarily with unit sales, but about audiences, right? They want to have large audiences, they want to be recognized. So we're going back to what the good part about music is, which is the creation of sort of like-minded people, but also being able to share and to figure out the commercial process of this, because music as a product, I think, is dead, because that means CDs, it means pay per unit, it means a sort of commercial process, right? If you make music an experience again, using services like Spotify, Simfy, Morg, Last.fm, Pandora, and then it's not all about buying units, then
yes.
I think we're getting back into a good stream of thought to where the recorded music industry, of course, has shrunk 70% in a decade, right?
Yep.
That's not surprising because of the refusal of the industry to essentially allow it to go further than the product. In my view,
yep.
That's the biggest problem.
Well, I mean, as you say, music is an experience, though, and there's many artists clearly where their major revenue sources are not in music sales, but in associated products, not least concerts, though not all musicians have that model. Not all musicians even want to or in a situation to perform live. Mm-hmm. So that's, I suppose you get this divide between musicians who are able to and want to engage in the ancillary revenue streams of entertainment mm-hmm. and products and endorsements and all sorts of things, and those who are focused on the music. But I still think there is a model for unit sales. I still think iTunes and a proliferation of other ones will enable to get it. And I still buy songs that I hear on the radio, capture on Shazam, and I buy them because I do want them in my collection. I do want part of my own personal playlist.
Then again, I think we're of course by age, and so we're not the typical consumer in the sense today. For kids, music is just a click.
Yeah.
Right. So when you like something, you click on it, it plays on YouTube, plays anywhere else, and your willingness to pay is going to be subject to other added values around the music. For example, you may decide that you want a service to where you can stream high definition or webcast.
Yeah.
You pay extra for that. It's a bit like cable TV, except that the first step would be included somewhere, right?
Yes.
So we're going to see offerings of flat rate services bundled into ISPs. free and paid, both, right? And it's not going to be about buying units, it's going to be about buying access, right? A shift from copy to access. And I think if the music industry keeps on refusing what people actually want, it will just die, because this sort of idea of controlling what people do and then milking them as in many which way, or sort of the idea of saying that this can be handled like it was 20 years ago, right? The only way to make money is to sell a CD. That's just completely broken. So and we're seeing that shift now. We're going to see all of the major music companies either die or adopt the access-based model.
Yes.
Which of course they're working on. I hope you guys are working on that. So pay attention.
So back in 2002 when I wrote Living Networks, I just did that very simple analysis of what would happen if you shifted CD sales to basically streamed subscription models, and basically meaning that not only would you get 4 times the revenue, but everybody would have access to far more music than ever before. So it's like value creation on both sides. Why wouldn't you do it? But
that's because they can't control that part, right? If you can, you can control distribution, but you can't control attention.
Yes.
Right? And so therefore, this is the important part. I think that's something we have to let go of, and then it will just come into place. I mean, the music industry is a fraction of the advertising or the mobile industry or the ISPs. I mean, there's like $3 trillion. The music industry is 17 billion. That's like can't even see it in comparison. So there's lots and lots of potential there. I think if we get used to the idea that we're not controlling what people do with distribution, we're basically making money off the attention, whether it's ad supported or subscribed or paid for units, all in different proportions. But that's sort of, I think that's what it comes down to.
So there's a snapshot of the future of music. For more from me, look at rossdawson.com or Ross Dawson on Twitter. And for Gerd,
it's mediafuturist.com, and I've written a bunch of books. Most of them are free on the internet, except for The Future of Music, which you have to buy on Amazon. But my book, Music 2.0, is available. Just put Music 2.0 and Gerd, G-E-R-D. You'll find lots of free PDFs around the web, and of course at mediafuturist.com. And on Amazon, if you do want a debt tree, you can buy it there as well. Thanks very much for listening.